I'm at work right now, and I just want to let you know that Teofimo Lopez, as you already know, has been trying to buy out his contract with Top Rank Boxing, but Bob Arum has said that he renewed his contract 2 times. Um, and the contract states that if Teofimo Lopez gets a championship fight, that he is going to be able to extend his contract if he gets a title fight. And on the contract, that's what it specified. And he fought Josh Taylor and beat him. So that was the reason the contract was extended. And he said that it was extended uh, a couple of times, numerous times. So it was also stated that if he fought Pedraza, that they would extend the contract. But they didn't. He didn't fight Pedraza. He fought Martin, the Argentinian that I believe beat Teofimo Lopez, and he hasn't been looking good in all his past 3 fights. Even Steve Claggett, he didn't look good. His performance was poor, and he didn't look good against Jermaine Ortiz. I think Jermaine Ortiz outboxed him, and the previous fight with um, Martin beat him. And I just think that they gave the fight to Teofimo because he's the money fighter. He's the fighter that he's the attraction of Top Rank. Yeah, I'm reconnecting. He's the top rank attraction. So he's extended his numerous times, and he took time off for a year. He was supposed to fight in September 27th, and Teofimo Lopez refused. And I don't know. I just feel like there's problems with Todd DeBoeuf, which is gonna take over Top Rank. He's Bob Arum's stepson, and from what Teofimo Lopez says, that they don't get along, and he feels like he's sabotaging his career, and he feels that he wants to buy out his contract. He wants to know what the number is to buy out his contract. But if he has a good manager, he would know. He would actually know what the number is. I think his management is really bad. Teofimo Lopez should have good managers that let him know the amount to buy out his contract. But I feel like he's asking for too much money because his momentum went down uh, dramatically since he lost to Cambosis. When after he lost to Cambosis, his stock went down because he should have kept the momentum going with after he won against Lomachenko. That would have did really wonders for his career. Like if he would have kept the momentum going. Okay, if he lost to Cambosis, he should have rematched him immediately and avenge his loss. But I don't know. I don't know if he was sick, like the way he was saying that he has asthma. But I feel like he did it to himself. He shot himself in the foot, and not only that, but all his performances after the Cambosis loss have looked. He's performed terribly. He's looked really bad in his last 3 performances, and I feel like he can't really demand as much money if he doesn't sell out the arenas, if he doesn't sell out the fights, if he doesn't sell out an arena. I feel like he's talking a good game, and he's promoting himself in a way where it makes him seem like he's a ticket seller, but he's not really on that level as far as his performances recently. So he needs to actually, do something where he could go to a new promoter, Black Prime or Eddie Hearns. I don't know what promoter would be better for him, but the thing is, now he wants to buy out of his contract, and I believe that Top Rank actually forced him to fight Subriel Matias, and that's not something that he wanted to do. But I feel like there's a good fight, and he should take it. And if he really truly believes that he's the best, he should fight him before his contract. If he truly believes that he's the best, he should fight him before his contract expires. Yes, so I feel like his contract is based on what he stated in the comments. Teofimo Lopez' contract expires in July, and I just feel like if he truly believes that he's great, he should fight Subriel Matias and then sign with a promoter that's going to benefit his career and start improving on his performances, because I don't think he really has what it takes, like the way he did when he beat Lomachenko. I think after the Kambosos loss, he mentally, he's his performances and his stock has went down dramatically, and I feel like yeah, he hasn't been the same fighter ever since, and I believe that Subriel Matias will beat him. I believe that Subriel Matias is relentless, and despite losing to Liam Paro, I believe that Teofimo Lopez will lose to Subriel Matias, and I feel like if Teofimo Lopez really wants to get the money that he wants, that he feels he truly deserves, he needs to be more consistent and he needs to improve on his performances because his last three performances, I believe that they were not impressive at all. And I used to be a real big fan of Teofimo, but ever since he's been not looking good in his last three performances, I just feel that he's talking more than what he's actually doing, and he needs to just avenge the loss with Cambosis, or just rematch him, beat him, and then he could talk about Bud Crawford. But him talking about Bud Crawford and fighting all those kind of fighters, he's not at that level. He hasn't done anything recently to merit that. So I feel like a fight with him and Subriel Matias, if he beats Matias, that's a very respectable win. But I truly believe that Subriel Matias will beat him and possibly knock him out. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Tony Also Knows Boxing. Subscribe to Tony Also Knows Boxing. Press that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to press that subscribe button. I'm going to give you more content, and I'm over here at work. The physical condition only lasts for a short amount of time. Okay, good morning from San Diego, California, watching at work, not at Southwest Airlines. Hey, so I appreciate everybody tuning in. Subscribe to my channel. And keep tuning into Tony Also Knows Boxing. I believe that the boxing in 2025 hopefully will be better than 2024. I hope that this fight does get made, Teofimo Lopez versus Subriel Matias. I hope that he doesn't back out, because I know Teofimo Lopez didn't want to fight Subriel Matias. He was forced by his promoters, Top Rank, Bob Arum, and Todd Duboev, the stepson of Bob Arum, is taking over Top Rank. So I know that there's some differences and some tension between, Teofimo Lopez and Todd Duboev. But, I just truly believe that this fight wasn't a fight that Teofimo Lopez really wanted. I feel like Teofimo Lopez was forced to take this fight. What matches I'm looking forward to? Luther Marshall, I'm getting interrupted over here. Hold up. I'm looking forward to David Benavidez, David Morrell. That is a really good fight. It's not pay-per-view worthy. You should put it on free TV. Yeah, I'm back. It's not pay-per-view worthy. David Benavidez versus Morrell, but it's a really good fan-friendly fight. I look forward to that fight. I don't look forward to the, Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. I'm not really interested in that fight. I want Tank Davis to improve his level of competition, fight somebody that is naturally in his weight class. And I would like to see, Teofimo Lopez versus Tank Davis, but I don't feel like Teofimo Lopez really deserves a fight like that. But that's always been a fight that intrigued me before he lost to Kambosos. So I feel like before Teofimo Lopez lost to Kambosos, his stock was so high and he looked really great in defeating Lomachenko. And I believe that if you would have had a fight with Tank Davis right after beating Kambosos, it would have made all the sense in the world to have a fight between Teofimo Lopez and Tank Davis. But right now, the way Teofimo Lopez has fought and his performances, the way he looked in his last three fights, he didn't impress me, and I feel like his stock went down and the momentum went down. That's why he doesn't sell, and that's why he's not making as much money as he should. And I feel like all these people like Punch Drunk that love Teofimo Lopez, they glaze him too much. They give him too much credit. And I believe they have personal relationships, and that's why. And I feel like you should just be unbiased to fight each other. And I feel like a lot of it is based on who your promoter is, how he promotes you, and it's not who you fight, is how much you can draw and how much controversy you could bring to the table. And a lot of those things, like equate to like how much fan base you get. And I just feel like boxing is not the way it used to be. Like in the 90s, it used to be about the best fighting the best. And it wasn't just people calling each other out. Social media has made it very easy to like call out a fight and make it seem like you're gonna fight somebody, but then it doesn't actually take place. So I feel like a lot of things right now is just clickbait, and we don't really know if the Subriel Matias versus Teofimo Lopez is gonna take place, because now Teofimo Lopez is calling out Devin Haney just to get more people like to pay attention to Teofimo Lopez. It's just like bringing his name to the like bringing awareness to his name, putting it more in the limelight. Controversy sells, streams, all those things influence. And I just feel like boxing is more like a circus right now, and it's all about money more than before. So like boxers are demanding a lot of money, which I know that they have the right to, because boxing is a dangerous sport. But there's so much money involved that a lot of fights don't take place because everybody's competing on how much money it should make. And before, it wasn't as much money as before, so the fights would be made easier and it was more consistent. The schedule of boxing was more consistent. But now boxers make so much money when they have one fight, and it takes longer to make a fight because of money, that they don't have to fight on a consistent level because they made so much money in one fight that they have. So it's just like it's more money oriented than for the sports fans. Interest is more financial interest, and boxing has become a big monopoly, and there's so much involved behind the scenes. If you have the favorite fighter, he's gonna dictate a lot of the terms, and the promoter's gonna be able to like make sure and ascertain that his fighters win, even though they don't. So it's just a lot of stuff behind it. So yeah, subscribe to my channel, Tony Also Knows Boxing. Subscribe to my channel. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Yeah, it's a lot of people being overrated. Like, I think Canelo's a good fighter, but he's not as good as they say he is. If you look at his resume and you compare it to somebody like Felix Trinidad, Felix Trinidad fought better fighters, man, than Canelo as far as in their career. If you match on paper who they fought, who they beat, the fighters that Canelo beat that were really known or somewhat known were Daniel Jacobs and Golovkin. Those are the two fighters the best fighters he's fought, and he didn't look so dominant. So I just feel like it's perspective. Everybody has a different perspective, and I believe that the 90s and 80s era was more competitive, and it was more authentic, and the best fought the best, and you was getting your money's worth. It wasn't so much of a business as it is now. It's always been a business, but it's not so much of a business as it is today in today's boxing era. But yeah, subscribe to my channel. Tony Also Knows Boxing. Subscribe to my channel. I got to get back to work, but I just wanted to give you some content. I hope the Subriel Matias versus Teofimo Lopez fight does get done, because it's a really fan-friendly fight, and I believe Subriel Matias will win the fight. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win. I think Subriel Matias is the real deal. We're going to see how good he is when he beats Teofimo Lopez, but Teofimo Lopez is not the Teofimo Lopez that beat Lomachenko. He's not that fighter anymore. He's not. People need to get that through their head. Subscribe to my channel. Tony Also Knows Boxing. Press that subscribe button.